growing my stock portfolio to $1 million. So today the position in the morning was down 2.47%. And then the position when the market closed was down 4.26%. Ouch. So basically, we took a huge hit today. So the two positions that I'm currently in is a 2 times Bitcoin ETF and a 2 times Netflix ETF. So looking at Netflix, right? So basically, Netflix, let's start off with a daily chart. So basically, today, Netflix declined today. Today was down 2.74%. And basically, we are doing so far so good. We are using the 9-day moving average as support. It basically bounced off of it somewhat today. And on the 30-minute time chart, let's look at Netflix on the 30-minute time chart. So let's see. In the pre-market, right? So we were struggling a little bit, being under the 50-day moving average. We finally broke above it. Both the 9 and 20 curled above it, and then all of a sudden, we could not sustain ourselves above these three moving averages. Then we saw when the market opened, both the 9 and 20 crossed below the 50-day moving average. Then in the middle of the day, around I'd say 12, basically we were trying our best to use the 200-day moving average as support, but we barely could regain control of it. So we broke below it, and then finishing towards the day, we just completely cratered until finally we regained control, being above the 9-day moving average. So it was a pretty much a flush down the toilet for Netflix today. I was pretty disappointed, but at the same time, I'm not really disappointed in Netflix because I was like expecting a pullback for Netflix. I feel like the pattern is still the same thing. I feel like it's doing like a staircase. So I feel like the trend is still bullish. So we'll have to see what happens tomorrow. But nonetheless, we are still above that 50-day moving average. I feel like that's what matters the most. So if we can sustain ourselves above that 50-day moving average, we should be good. And now looking on the 4-hour time chart, right? I wanted to explain to you. So something I've noticed is that basically whenever Netflix does manage to use the 50-day moving average as support, it tends to bounce off of it. The reason I say that is because it's happened here in this area, and then it happened here in this area. So I guess you could say this counts too. This one right here, this count right here on 7:30. So I'd say we are using the 50-day moving average as support. As long as we don't break that important 50-day moving average support on the 4-hour time chart, we should be good, and we should be able to keep seeing that momentum to the upside for Netflix to continue. So we'll have to see what happens, but I'm pretty sure that the trend is still bullish. So looking at the next thing I want to talk about is basically, let's talk about Bitcoin, right? Today, Bitcoin really surprised me. The reason I say that is because we made a 1.40% move today. And basically, I said yesterday that we need to maintain control of that support level of 62,000 through 63,000. If we can maintain ourselves at that support level, then cool. We can still use that support level and bounce off of it. That's basically what happened today. We're at the 64,000 level now. Currently on the daily chart, we're basically above these three moving averages, the 9, the 20, and 50-day moving average. So basically looking at it on let's look at it on the 4-hour time chart. Let's do this, right? So a while back, I basically said that here on August 10th, all of the momentum to the downside shifted. Reason I say that is because on August 10th, the 9-day moving average crossed below the 20-day moving average. Usually when that happens, that's usually a bearish indicator. So From there, we were kind of having trouble trying to break out of the 20-day moving average. Basically, we had trouble here at this candle, the August 12th at the 8 candle on the 4-hour time chart. We had trouble breaking here on August 13th. And then we had a little trouble breaking here until finally on August 16th on the 20-minute candle. Well, on the 20 candle on the 4-hour time chart, we managed to break above the 9-day moving average. And currently, we're above both the 180 and 200-day moving average. And I like that the 9-day moving average crossed over the 50-day moving average. Usually that's a bullish indicator. So I still feel like we'll see the momentum to the upside continue tomorrow. So we'll have to see what happens tomorrow. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is an update on the $1,000 paper trading challenge, right? Basically, I mentioned that I really wasn't paying attention to it because, like I said, I really don't day trade that much anymore. I basically just invest in the long term now. So basically, I restarted the position where we were at originally. So we were at somewhere around like $1,227. And basically today, I got into a Tesla position today. Basically, this Tesla trade, I bought Tesla call options and we made $180. So where did where did I buy Tesla, right? So at 9:35, let's look at Tesla at 9:35. And I'm gonna say I used the 4-hour time chart on this trade. The reason I say that, did I or did I? Let me try to remember. Or did I use the 30-minute time chart? I'm trying to remember, what did I use? 9:35. 9:35. Okay, now I remember. So I basically got into Tesla call options as soon as Tesla landed on somewhat close to the 20-day moving average. And basically, once I saw Tesla land on the 20-day moving average, I got into Tesla call options, waited for a bounce. Basically, a couple minutes later at 9:49, when I sold out the position, I secured basically $180 trading Tesla call options. So we were up 15% more than the threshold that is required to sell out the position, which is 5 or 10%. So pretty good. We managed to secure the win on this trade. The reason I sold out the position was because I saw that on the 30-minute time chart, basically Tesla was kind of having a little bit of trouble trying to break out of the 20-day moving average. So I switched to the 30-minute time chart as soon as I entered the trade on the 4-hour time chart. And basically what I saw was that, okay, the 9 is below the 50-day moving average, and is below the 20-day moving average too. So I was like, let's see if we can break the 20-day moving average. But that didn't happen, so we got rejected. And so I was like, okay, I feel like it's not, Tesla is going to have a little bit of trouble trying to break out of the 20-day moving average today. So I'm just going to call it quits here, take the gain of 15% and move on, and not, revenge trade. So basically that's what my, game plan was in my head. So I just decided to take profit and, wait for tomorrow and see what happens. So that is pretty much it. I'll keep you guys updated. Peace.